Daniel Craig reprises his role as Benoit Blanc in the sequel to Knives Out, which was supposed to be like its own standalone thing, but Netflix wanted the Knives Out logo somewhere in it, so now it's like a direct sequel, even though it is a direct sequel. I don't know. Um, that's beside the point. This time around, Benoit Blanc is hired to this island called the Glass Onion, which the host there is inviting all of his rich friends over for a game night, which eventually turns into a murder mystery when someone shows up dead in the house. Now, I love that first Knives Out movie. That first Knives Out movie is absolutely fantastic. Whatever you want to think about Ryan Johnson and The Last Jedi, his other movies are really good, well written, and intelligent. And Knives Out has got to be the best of his work. So I was very much looking forward to Glass Onion. I wish I could have seen it in the theater. I tried to, but I never got a chance. And I watched it on Netflix. And you know what? I don't think it did as good as Knives Out, in my opinion, for a few reasons. One, the characters, while enjoyable, I found were pretty much very familiar typecasts to what we saw from the first movie. Like the front, a lot of these guys are like assholes, and there's that one person that is not and is the main protagonist and gets the help of the detective to try and solve this mystery and prove to herself by the end. It just felt like I've seen it before, and that way it felt kind of predictable. And what I loved most about that first movie is the unpredictability and uncertainty of the situation and the characters. Here, because it followed the formula of the first movie in a few places, it felt like it wasn't as engaging or as interesting. And so the story, while still fun in my opinion, was never as engaging as it was before. It never was able to capture that lightning in the bottle. But the mystery itself, I thought was pretty fun and compelling, especially on how it was a non-linear story and how certain events unfold into a few different perspectives, and we discover a few new things along with the characters. That is brought from the first movie pretty well here. The uncertainty of the mystery itself and who's behind everything and the twist at the end and how everything concludes, I thought was very, very compelling. Daniel Craig as this detective is just incredible. Everyone else does a really good job. All these characters are pretty fun to watch overall still, and they all have good chemistry with one another. Um, I just never found this movie to be as engaging as the first Knives Out, but it's still very well directed. The pacing is really good, and the storytelling, while I did not think was as strong as the last film, still was able to keep me invested for the good 2.5 hours of story time that we got. It was also, again, really funny, mostly due to the performances themselves, especially with Daniel Craig, who, in my opinion, is probably the best character in this entire movie and has a lot more development in character here than in the last film. That's one thing I will say is an improvement. That the main character, Benoit Blanc, Benoit Blanc, he is really he's very much more compelling here as a detective who is really wanting to look for a good mystery after the COVID pandemic because it takes place during the pandemic and he's really itching for something new. Um, Overall, this is a really fun sequel, a really fun standalone sequel, a fun detective mystery. I just don't think it is as good as the first movie. Though I can understand why some people may love it, but I could also understand why some people may be disappointed. So for that reason, I'm gonna give Glass Onion and Knives Out Mystery a B. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys next time.